Okay, so we've talked about the forward steps, talked about the side steps. Now if I'm doing multiple side steps, that's where I'm going to get the hip action, the twist. Okay? If it's just one, I'm going to change weight, then I can change the hip, and then I can go back into whatever is coming next. Change the weight, change the hip. Okay? So let's talk about the back steps. So the back steps, in my opinion, are harder because we're going backwards. You can't see what's going on back there. And we're not really built or designed to really go backwards that efficiently. Okay? So it's not as efficient of a step as going forward or to the side. So when I go backwards, there's an easy way to measure how big your step's going to be. Okay? So first of all, let's talk about the foot, and then we'll talk about the hips. So my knee is going to bend and allow space for my foot to pull underneath it. Okay? I've got to bend my knee first to allow my foot to, my ankles to touch. Okay? So my ankles touch. Now, what I'm going to do, keep my knee bent, keep the toenail there, and just slide your foot back. And there's a little, when you put your knees together, there's a little notch. Notice the back leg here, the one that's going back, is on the front. Okay? There's a little notch here. You can see my right knee here is on the front of my left knee. Okay? There's a little, the bones just kind of like click right into each other there. Okay? You want to find that position. So find where they click into position there. Okay? Notice my right leg is slightly ahead of my left. Okay? Now they're even. Now my right leg's behind. Now my right leg's in front. My right knee's in front. Okay? So the back leg on the front of the knee. So I push it back till I find that little position. That's as far as my step's going to go. Now I just change weight. One heel goes down, one heel comes up. Okay, let's try that again. So I bend my knee, ankles come together. Now I push my knees together. Okay. Notice I'm not straightening my leg. I'm not reaching any farther. So don't straighten your knee out. Once you bent your knee here, leave it bent, leave it bent, leave it bent, leave it bent, leave it bent. It's still bent. Okay. Now I'm going to straighten it out. Okay. If I straighten it out, if I straighten my knee out here, my step is too big. Okay. Step's too big. Okay. So I bend my knee. I allow my ankles to touch. Measure the step. So just put your knees together. Just measure how far your foot is going to go back. Okay, my toe is still on the toenail. Now as I straighten out my knee, just put your heel down and your weight should transfer there as this heel comes up in the front. Okay? So if we can do that again, so we just did this one. So I measure the step, step onto it. I bend the knee, allow the foot to come underneath me. Put the knees together. So now in this case, my left knee is on the front. Right, so that little notch on the front of my right knee. And then I just put the heel down and let the other heel come up. Okay? So the back step isn't as big as the front step. Okay? It's a much smaller step, and don't try to match the forward and the back step or even the side step. The back step is the smallest one. So even if you did something here, this now looks balanced because my weight's over the back foot and my heel is up on the front foot.